Okay guys, so welcome back to my channel. In today's video is the second part of our last video from the middle of the war, so let's continue with the tour. Follow me.
Here, this is just a replica, a representation of a funeral tola of the Quito culture. That was a pre-Incan group, and they used to live especially in the Pichincha province. Okay, you know this territory. About the Quito caras, they thought in life after death, and for that reason they used to bury people in fetal position, as you can see in the replica, and then they put the different belongings of the person inside the tomb. For example, there you have some kind of tools, and over there you can see the famous spondylus shell. Okay, years ago that shell was very important for the indigenous because it was considered as money, as currency. For that reason was also inside the tomb. About the Quito caras, about this indigenous group, there is a theory that says that when the man, the leader or the king of the group died, he was buried but with his wife alive. Okay? Years ago it was like a honor because they thought that they were going together to the next life. But after this they gave to the wife a beverage that was made with a cactus called San Pedro or peyote in other countries. It was a hallucinogenic beverage, so they thought that the wife died calm. And then they start closing all the tola like this, okay, making especially all this shape because it represents the mother's womb. They thought that they were going to work one more time, the second time, but this time from the Pachamama or the Mother Earth. And finally, when they closed all the tola completely, the wife died suffocated or asphyxiated. Now here, something important about the name of the capital of Ecuador, as you know, is Quito. The original name, the original word was Quito. In Safiki, that word means the middle of the world. Years ago, the indigenous, especially this group, they already knew that we were in the middle, in the center, because of the sun, okay, because of the solstices, the equinoxes, also because of the stars, the constellations, and the moon. For that reason, Quito means the middle of the world. Now I'm going to show you the cactus that I told you here, the San Pedro or the peyote, is the large one over there. Maybe have you heard about the ayahuasca? Okay, it's similar, but the ayahuasca is stronger and it's from the Amazon region, and the San Pedro is from the Andes or highlands. But both are hallucinogenic to practice those ceremonies. Now, in all this part, you are going to find we have this totemic forest. As you know, the totem represents protection from different indigenous groups or different cultures, and this one that we have here are just replicas, okay, from different countries because that represents also the culture exchange. For example, over here we have from Venezuela, that one is from France, okay, come a little bit closer this way so you can see the rest of the totems. Further is from Chile, the sphere is from Costa Rica. In the middle we have Colombia. That one that is in the back part made of wood is from Hawaii. Next to that we have Argentina and here Uruguay. That one is from Peru and the pyramid over there is from Mexico. Okay? We have also two totems from Ecuador, the large one region, and this one in the middle, Aquamaru, a representation of the indigenous group that consider the sun as a god. And also, finally from here, from the Aquamaru, welcome to the middle of the world, or the famous latitude 000. This point was calculated in 2000 with the military GPS, so it's the actual point. Along this kind of a street, we are going to find the line, the representation. Okay, now, in this part, as you can see, we have this kind of a stone, okay, that is called nomon. This is a representation of a calendar that the Quito caras, the indigenous, used years ago to know when they have to plant, harvest. How is going to work this calendar? With the sun, with the shadow. 6 months from September to March, the shadow is going to work just in the northern hemisphere, making a semicircle like this during the day. And 6 months from March to September is going to start working in the south. In the same way, making a semicircle. When is going to change the position, the shadow, in the equinoxes? March 21st or September 22nd, 23rd. What happened in those days? The sun is going to be like this, more or less in this position. The rays fall perpendicularly, and at 12 we are going to lose the shadow for about 2 or 3 minutes more or less. And then the shadow is going to start working in the opposite hemisphere because the sun is going to change the position. Now, about these 4 parts, each one represents a period of 3 months. That's why we have 3 lines. 3, 3, 3, 3. We complete all the year. And the colors are representing the natural elements: water, soil, air, and fire. What happened here in this first period? The indigenous start working or preparing the land. Then here they plant. In this part they harvest. And finally here they rest the land to start one more time the sun. Okay? Do you remember that few minutes ago I said that the indigenous already knew that we were in the middle of the world because of the sun and also because of the stars? That's why here we have this representation of 3 constellations: Southern Cross, Orion's Belt, and Big Dipper. But why is important this representation here? Because of these 3 constellations, the countries that are in the southern hemisphere, for example from Argentina, they can see just this part over here. Countries of the north, the opposite, this part. But from here, from Ecuador, because we are in the middle, we can see all of them. All these constellations every day, especially from places like the Amazon or Galapagos, where we don't have too much lights or houses, too much pollution, okay? And also here we have the representation, as I said, there is the north, here is the south, east, and west. Okay, but we have the O because in Spanish is oeste. Norte, sur, este, oeste. Now this one is the sundial, but I'm going to explain you about this on the other one, the big one that is complete with numbers, so we can see better the hour. Okay, let's go. Okay, here please help me. What time is it on your cell phone or watch?
1:30.
1:30, and look, the shadow here is like 1:15, 1:20 more or less. Okay, always we are going to have a difference of few minutes with this hour and that one. Why? The clock, the watch that we use works with the commercial hour that are 24 hours in the day, but the sundial works with the natural hour that is a little bit less. 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4 seconds, and that's why every 4 years we have leap year. One more day in February to correct the time. As the calendar denouement, this sundial is going to work 6 months from September to March. The shadow is going to work just here in the south face, and 6 months from March to September is going to start working in the north. As you know, in other places, in other countries, the sundial is not like this, right? It's flat, just one face. But here we are in the middle. That's why we have this sundial like this in this position with 2 faces, because 6 months the sun is going to be here, 6 months there. When is going to change the position in the equinoxes? March and September. Now about these 3 words, these are Quechua words because years ago the indigenous, to know the hour, they didn't use numbers like this, so they divided the day in 3 equal parts. Tuta manta, that means morning, pata, noon, and chisi, afternoon. Now that we use numbers to see better the shadow, the hour, why do you think that we have 2 number 6? One here and one here. 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Okay, but it's because here in Ecuador we have equal time. Every day, all the year sun rises at 6 a.m. and sunsets 6 p.m. We have no difference as in other countries depending on the seasons, larger days, shorter nights, or the opposite. Also, here in Ecuador we don't have seasons. We have just rainy season, dry season, and that's it, okay? And that's why the name of the country, the word Ecuador, means equal distance, equal time, because we are in the middle, okay? Now here, I'm going to explain you a little bit about the Coriolis effect, okay? Coriolis was a French scientist who studied the movement of water and wind, but according in the movement rotation of the planet Earth, that is like this, from west to east. What happened with this movement? The planet produces a force that burns here in the middle, in the center, and goes to the poles. That is the centrifugal force. And depending in the hemisphere, that force is going to give the direction, for example, to the natural phenomena, cyclones, typhoons, tornadoes, hurricanes. So now let's see what happened in each hemisphere. Okay, let's start with you. You are in the north. start. For you, in which direction is spinning the planet? To the right or left? To the left. What happened in the south? To the right. The opposite because it depends on their perspective. But what happens with the movement here in the middle? Nothing, right? Is always the same, okay? It goes straight. For that reason here, in this part of the hemisphere, we have those natural phenomena, but in the countries that are in the middle, for example here, in Ecuador, we don't have those phenomena. Why? When the centrifugal force returns, what happens? It loses the force. That's why here we don't have tornadoes, hurricanes, cyclones, or typhoons. But of course, as you know, Ecuador is not a perfect country. We have other kind of phenomena here, for example, earthquakes, active volcanoes, bad governments, but not the other. So, what happens? In the south hemisphere, cyclones and typhoons start spinning like this, to the right or clockwise. In the north, tornadoes and hurricanes to the left or counterclockwise. It's the same phenomenon, but the name is different because of the way, because of the direction. That is the difference. Okay? Now, here I'm going to explain you more about the equator, about the latitude. As you can see, this is the line and it crosses for around all these countries, 13 countries in total. Why do you think that the Ecuador is special? Why Ecuador is considered as the middle of the world and not, for example, Colombia, Brazil, Gabon, Congo, Kenya, or other country over here? It's because of the altitude and also because of the elevation, the mountains. For example, in Colombia and Brazil, the latitude crosses in the Amazon in the jungle that is flat. In other places, there is just water, oceans. In other countries, deserts, flat, and also less altitude because, as you know, the planet is not completely round like this representation is more oval, similar like an egg, and that's why Ecuador is the highest point. We are the nearest point to the sun and the farthest to the center of the earth. That's why Ecuador is the middle of the world. Now, to understand better the first part, the Coriolis effect, the natural phenomena, we are going to have the first didactic activity. So please come over here around the seat. Okay, closer, closer. And if you want here, you can make videos so you can have the difference. Okay, now we are in the middle. What do you think that is going to happen with the water here? Straight up, okay, the same as the first. So please, look over here, look to the lips so you can see better them move. Okay, let me put the lips there, and look what happened. 1, 2, y 3. Nothing, okay, just straight. Now, to understand better the difference, we are going to have two short trips. So first, let's go to the south, to Argentina. And let's say, come closer, please. Thank you so much. Okay, here we are in the south. Do you remember what happened in the south, the direction? Right, okay, here we are going to see the origin of the cyclones and typhoons. 1, 2, y 3. Look what happened here. The leaves are spinning to the right or clockwise. Now let's travel one more time. Let's go to the north. Very short and cheap trees. Let's go. ¿Cuántos se faltan con su? Okay, now in the north, what is going to happen? The opposite. Do you remember the names of the natural phenomena in the north? Tornadoes and hurricanes. 1, 2, 3. The opposite way, the opposite direction. Okay? As I said, this is just a didactic example to understand better the Coriolis effect, the natural phenomena, because to see this in the real life, we need the sky or the ocean. Okay? Now, we are going to try more challenge. Okay, please, let's continue. Let's see.
We're gonna continue with the tour in the next video, in the part 3, because this is very long and I don't want to bore you.
Okay guys, so I really recommend you this place, this museum. There is some polemic here because there are a lot of museums who tell this is the real middle of the world. but you have here like experiments and all the explanation is really nice. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, and please share with your friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next video, and keep on life.